Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. In today's video, I am actually doing something a little different in the sense where I am refilming a video that I posted a few months ago. And the reason for that is this video unfortunately was removed due to counterfeit claims. I tried to protest it through YouTube and they ended up just taking my video down without any explanation whatsoever. But I wanted to refilm the video because I thought that it was really important to keep this video up, because more often than not we talk about a lot of positives with bags and we don't always focus on the negatives. And I think because designer bags are so expensive, it's important to know the flaws. Now, I absolutely love these handbags that I'm about to mention, so I'm not really sure why the video was taken down. Like I said, I still didn't get an explanation and I'm bummed about it, and I'm going to refilm it and I am putting it back up because unfortunately I didn't save the original footage. So I have actually filmed a video like this before and it was things I don't like about my favorite bags. I did this a couple years ago and it made me want to film it again. So as I stated, I filmed this video about 5 or 6 months ago and people really seemed to enjoy it because I wasn't just focusing on the positives, I was talking about the negatives. And as I stated, it's important to know the negatives when investing in designer bags. So in today's video, I'm going to focus on Louis Vuitton. Like I said, these are some of my favorite handbags, but I'm going to share with you the things I don't like about these bags. Alright, this bag is one of my favorites, as you know. It's the Louis Vuitton Pette Matis. I think out of all my Louis Vuitton bags, it definitely is one of my favorite bags, but this bag does not come without a few flaws. The first thing I want to mention is this bag can be a little bit hard to close if it's not full. So right now the bag is empty. Usually I do have things in it, but you can see if you try to close it, it's like a little difficult to close. You have to really like work at it. Not that you would really be doing that too much, because 9 times out of 10 your bag is going to be full, but I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Another negative about this bag is my buttons have started to tarnish a little bit here, because you know when you're touching the hardware you have the oils from your fingers, maybe hand sanitizer. So because of that I have noticed that the buttons have started to tarnish. You also have to worry about, with this bag in particular, the vachetta. So a lot of times I will spray my vachetta with Apple Guard, but this bag I didn't, and you can see there are quite a few rain spots. I also do have a bandeau on my bag because the handle for this Pette Matis is strictly vachetta, and I happen to take this bag in the rain without a bandeau on it and I have so many little water spots. So I would recommend, if you are going to buy this bag, that you make sure that you either spray it with Apple Guard or you get a bandeau to protect the handle when you're carrying it. And then the other thing I want to mention about this bag that you have to be careful of is there is some glazing. For some reason with the Louis Vuitton monogram, I get this a little bit more when it comes to my small leather goods. You will get a little bit of glazing on the sides for some reason. So it's not terrible, but it is something that I wanted to mention. Alright, the next bag I want to mention is my Louis Vuitton Alma BB. So this bag was very special to me. I saved my money and I ended up purchasing this when I was in Las Vegas. It is the cutest little bag. It's one of the more affordable options for Louis Vuitton as well. You know, the prices are really going up there, but this one is you know, pretty affordable. But there are a couple things that are a little bit of a nuisance about this bag. The first thing I want to mention is you can see this strap is really thin and flimsy. Not a huge deal, but the strap is also not adjustable. I do feel like it still hits me at a decent angle, but I would love it if the strap was adjustable. Now I think people have told me that the new Alma BB does come with an adjustable strap. Correct me if I'm wrong, I do have the older version, but that definitely is something that needs to improve. So if the new one does come with it, then you can just kind of remove that negative from my list. But that is one thing about this bag that I definitely wish that it had an adjustable strap and that maybe it was a little bit thicker too. The Pette Matis strap, in my opinion, is perfect. It's a little thicker, it does have an adjustable strap, and it is removable, and I feel like they could have made one like that for the damier Ebene as well. Another thing about this bag, it is a little bit of an awkward shape. So when you're wearing it, it doesn't just lay right flat on your body. It is kind of awkward, like see from the side, it is kind of just like hanging out there. So I definitely like it when wearing handbags that they kind of conform and mold to your body. A perfect example of that, I would say, is my Odeon PM. Because of the shape of the bag, it just really conforms to your body. Same with the Pette Matis, but this one, because it is that bowling ball shape, it is a little awkward. Another thing that I noticed with this bag too is when I walk, do you hear that? Like it just shakes, it makes noise. You have the little lock here that kind of bangs around. Again, not a huge deal, but it's just something I wanted to mention since we are talking about the cons. Now you can see this has the little clochette with the keys, so that will kind of bang around when you move it too, but you can always remove this too. So not a ton of negatives with this, but there are just a couple that I want to point out, with the two major ones being the awkward shape, so it makes it a little kind of uncomfortable to wear at times, and then I wish the strap were adjustable. Alright, here is the Palm Springs mini backpack. This is such a cute little bag, it really is. But again, just like with the others, it does have a few cons that I want to mention. The first con that I want to mention is the strap. So of course it comes with two straps. You can wear it as a book bag, you can also wear it as a crossbody, but I do not like how you adjust these straps. Like you can see it has these little like kind of buttons, and it's like so hard to get them off. And then if you want to make it tighter, you know, you'll just put it through and it works, but it's just a little bit of a nuisance. So I don't really like these straps. See how the way they looks? I kind of wish the strap was maybe, I don't know, a little thicker and it had the normal adjustment mechanism of the little clasp. Another thing about this bag, now I will say the newer version I have is great because it has this zipper that is so smooth and buttery. The Palm Springs Mini before had the type of strap where there was a flap over and you couldn't really get into it. So that is one thing that has since been improved. But what has not been improved is this little pocket right here. So you can see it has this little flap. So you almost have to lift the flap and then pull it open, but it's really hard to get into. As you can see, I'm really having to dig in here, so not a lot really fits. So this is basically just a pocket that I don't really use. I almost wish that when they adjusted this zipper that they also adjusted this where it didn't have the flaps, so then you could really easily use it. Now would I probably use that pocket? Yeah, maybe I would use it for like a little lip gloss or lip balm, but I think because it just have this flap and it is so difficult to get into, it causes me to not really even use it at all, so it's a little bit of a wasted space. Alright, now let's talk about this bag here. This is the Louis Vuitton Cissette bag. This is another one of my older Louis Vuitton bags. Now, another thing that I don't really like about this bag, and you're not going to get this if you have the damier Ebene, it's only going to happen if you have the damier Azur, but this is Vachetta Central. So you have, number one, you have the Vachetta strap, which is removable, but it's not adjustable. Once again, another thing I would recommend to Louis Vuitton or any brand that is, if you're going to have a strap, you have to make it an adjustable strap, because no two people are the same heights, and you know, you want to make sure that it conforms to every person's body. So the strap is not adjustable, but it's also Vachetta, so you're gonna have to either, again, spray it with Apple Guard or just be really careful about not taking it out in the rain. As you can see with this bag, I do have another bandeau because I have to protect it. This one is completely ruined. I have little rain spots all over this bag because, you know, either I washed my hands and touched the bag or it was raining. And then I also have a little spot here where you can see a lot of little rain spots as well. So that's something that is something to be mindful of. Also, this bag, I do have an organizer. I have it in icing pink. I do have a coupon code to Zumoni to save you 20% in case you're interested. But I wanted to mention the inside. So the inside is a beautiful rose ballerine, but you can see if you do not use the organizer, the interior of the bag is unfortunately going to get dirty because of the material, because of the lining, and because of the light color. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I do have a couple stains. So I would truly recommend, if you do get this bag, to get an organizer to keep the interior of the bag clean, specifically for the damier azur. And then another thing too, you can see this little button closure. Once again, sometimes it can be a pain to close if the bag's not full, but also, once again, these little button closures here, because you're touching them, they can have a tendency to tarnish. So that is something that I have noticed with quite a few of the Louis Vuitton bags, but that's just something to keep in mind. Again, these are all bags that I love, but I definitely want to point out the little nuisance, the little negatives, just so you're aware. And the one more thing about this bag, and this can be alleviated by just removing it, but this little tassel here, you see you can remove it, but basically when you wear the bag, it's like constantly swaying like this. So it is a cute little accessory, but just keep in mind that it is a little bit of a nuisance when you're walking and you can kind of hear it flapping like that. And then also another thing too is this will also make noise as well. So just little nitpicky things that aren't like a huge deal, but as I stated in today's video, it is my goal to share with you some of the negatives about these bags. All right, let's move on to the Neverful bags. So I want to talk about this bag. This is the Neverful in the GM size. Once again, with the Neverfuls, if you get the damier azur or you get the monogram, you're going to have the vachetta, so you're going to have to worry about the patina. And if you're okay with that, that's not a big deal, but you're also going to have to worry about the water spots. Once again, I have water spots here. I have water spots all over the strap. Another thing about this bag, if you use it for travel, keep in mind that it is just one large compartment. There's no zip closure. I know there are some people that have said, you know, I really wish the Neverfuls would have the zip closure, but that is something that this bag does not have. And then I personally feel as though the straps on this bag are a little thin. I feel like when I pack the bag full, it's almost gonna break. I've never had that happen. You know, I have like carried quite a few items in here, but I do wish the straps were just a little thicker just to make the bag feel a little sturdier. So the strap's a little thicker, add a zipper, and then like I said, the vachetta can be problematic, especially if you're using this bag as a travel bag, which is something I do since it's so big, that I would like it if it was a little more user-friendly when it came to the straps and I didn't have to worry about them as much. All right, let's talk about the Louis Vuitton Cuisin bag. This bag I had wanted for so long, and I would say out of all my Louis Vuitton bags, this is the one that I have the most complaints about. And I hate saying that because I really, really wanted this, but there are so many little things about this bag that really bother me. First off, it is truly a bulky bag. As you can see, I don't have anything in it, and you can see how it's already kind of just bulked out a little bit. I also am not a fan of this guitar strap. Now I will say, when you do wear the bag, you know, the guitar strap, it is comfortable, but because of the material, you have to worry about a little bit of pilling and kind of coming apart at the edges. Other than that, the strap is comfortable, but it definitely makes it look like a really, really casual bag. And sometimes I feel like the leather doesn't necessarily go with the guitar strap. Another thing, this bag right here, so I've talked about this before. So it has this zipper, which the zipper is extremely smooth, but notice how when you open it, the zipper just stops. I wish it went over the side, like the zipper pull went over the side so you could really, really expand. You see how when I'm opening this part stays closed over here, so it makes it a little difficult to really get into the bag. And another thing too is you can see there are 3 compartments, but you see when I'm opening it, you really just see the 2, and then you have this center compartment, but you really have to like work your way to open it. So I almost wish there was just one large compartment and there weren't 3 different compartments, because I feel like when you're putting things in and out of the bag, it makes it kind of a hassle and a nuisance to get things in and out. Another thing too, this is a large bag with 3 compartments. You would think that it fits a lot, but I don't really think it fits as much as you would think, and the main reason for that is because of these compartments, and that's just, you know, kind of a letdown considering how large the bag is. And the 3 compartments give you the idea, they give you the impression that you're going to be able to fit a lot, but it doesn't. Plus you have to be very careful of this material not to scratch it with your fingers. So far so good. I don't have any like scratches on it, but I just feel like I have to baby it a little bit. And then the final big con with this bag is it is so incredibly pricey. Normally Louis Vuitton bags I would say are priced relatively well, but this one is priced so much. So I would say, do I regret getting this bag? I don't know if I want to say I regret it, but because of a lot of those cons, I definitely don't wear the bag as much as I would have liked. Alright, let's talk about the Lucky BB. This is another bag that when I first got the bag, I truly used it quite a bit, but I just have not been reaching for it as much. The first major flaw, as you can tell, a lot of people, this is what kind of prevents a lot of people from buying this bag, is the lock right here. When you first buy it, it is beautiful and shiny, and it's still beautiful and shiny, but if you can see, there are a couple little nicks, so you do have to be careful that you don't like knock it into things, so be mindful of that. Another thing, you can see this bag, it has the sides that kind of go in, so because of that, on the inside, it takes up a little bit of space. Now this bag still does fit a good amount, but I feel like it would have been better if this part was out so that, you know, it didn't take up quite as much space. Plus, another thing is this top handle. You know I love top handles, right? You wear it as a top handle, looks really cute, but it goes like this. So it's constantly like falling down, and I almost wish that it fell to the back, but it doesn't. It just stands up like that. So sometimes it's annoying, it just kind of falls forward. But again, like I stated before, these are just my opinions on some of the things that kind of bother me. Alright, let's talk about a cute little grab and go bag, and that's what I got this bag for. This is the double zip pochette. Now, the main thing that kind of bothers me about this bag is I saw that it had this little compartment in between the 2 zippers, and I thought this is going to be so great. I can put my phone in there. But here is my phone, and you can see it does not fit in between. It is just a little too big. Now, even if you do it vertically, you can see that it stands up. So I almost wish they would have designed the bag so that your phone could slip in. Now, if you have like a flip phone or something like that, you can probably put it in here. But my phone, which is the iPhone 14 Pro, unfortunately does not fit. And that's one of the main reasons that I purchased it. Now, another thing, now this is good. These zippers are very smooth, but keep in mind that this bag can get bulky. So if you even just put one wallet in it, it can bulk up quite a bit. Now, it still fits a good amount, and I would say it's a good grab and go bag if you're someone that's not necessarily going to take a lot with you, but it does bulk up very, very quickly. But other than that, I don't really have any complaints. The strap is adjustable and it is removable. It's a thinner strap, but I'm okay with that because this bag is a smaller grab and go bag, so the thinner strap kind of works with this one. All right, let's talk about one of my favorite bags. This is very comparable for me to the Pette Matis and how much I love and use it because it's such a functional bag. So it pains me to talk about the negatives because I do love it, but I feel like I need to tell you. So the first thing about this bag that I want to mention is, let me take it out. I do have an organizer, once again from Zumoni. I opted for a red organizer, and the reason I'm telling you that is the inside of the bag is black. So if you get, I'm not sure about the monogram, but if you get the Damier Ebene, the inside of the bag is black. So it can be a little bit of an abyss when it comes to seeing your items. Things can kind of get lost in there. You can't really see them. So I would recommend if you get an organizer, I think red looks really pretty with it, but get a light color organizer. So then when you do go to look for your things, you have the organizer and you can kind of see them a little bit better. Another thing, this bag is a very casual bag. So of course you can wear your bags however you like, but I find that I mainly only reach for this bag when I have like a more casual outfit on. I've tried to wear it to the office, but I just feel like it doesn't necessarily go. So it is truly a casual bag, but again, I'm okay with that because that's the main reason I purchased it. The strap is thick, removable, and adjustable, but one thing, you can see this thick buckle here. When you're wearing it, sometimes it can kind of like dig into your shoulder a little bit, so that's just something to keep in mind. Now other than that, it does mold to your body. It is like comfortable to wear, but the more things you put in it, sometimes the strap, like I said, the buckle part can kind of dig into your shoulder a little bit, but not too bad. The bag does have these two zippers. Now the mouth of the bag is a little small. People have asked, is it hard to get things in and out? It's not too hard getting things in and out, but I might have wished the mouth of the bag was just a little bit thicker, just to kind of give you a ton of space. So for the most part, that's just probably a little nitpicky. It's not a huge deal. The bigger thing for me is just being able to see what's in the bag, but for the most part, you know, I love this bag. Alright, let's talk about another super functional casual bag. It is the Outdoor Messenger bag, or a really good mom bag too. But there are some flaws with this bag, and the main thing about this is the strap twist. So as you can see, the strap is twisted, so you have to make sure when you put it on that you untwist it so that when you wear it, the strap is straight. But I do find that it does annoy me quite a bit because the strap is twisting on me a lot. The strap is adjustable, but keep in mind the strap is not removable. I think it might have been kind of cool if the strap was removable, because then you could kind of carry it as a briefcase. And then another problem too, oh, I found my lip gloss. I was looking for this. Another problem too is you can see the inside. It's one large compartment, but it also has this side compartment. Sometimes I find that when I put things in the bag, it'll get like caught in the side compartment, even though I don't want it to go in there. So I almost wish it was just one large compartment. But other than that, again, little nitpicky things. But I would say the biggest thing for me with this bag is that the strap twists when wearing it, which can get a little bit annoying. All right, we're coming down to the wire. I have 3 more bags to share. The next bag is my Louis Vuitton Nano Speedy. Now I do believe that a lot of these items have been corrected in the newer version, but I wanted to mention it because I do have the older version. So the main thing for me is the strap is vachetta, so you have to worry about water spots. Number 2, the strap is not removable and it's not adjustable. Now I do know the newer version does have an adjustable and removable strap, which is great, but keep in mind if you do have the older version, those are some downfalls of it. Like if you were to get the bag pre-loved on Fashion File, just keep in mind you look for the newer one that has an adjustable and removable strap. Another thing, I feel like this bag, because the strap is not adjustable, can look a little short on me, and it is such a tiny bag. So sometimes I think, oh well, does it look too tiny for my frame? But either way, I do have to talk about some positives. Like even though it's a little bag, this bag does fit so much. Now sometimes when you reach your hand in, you know, your hand can kind of get stuck a little bit, like getting your things in and out, but for the most part there aren't a ton of flaws with this, because I actually just mentioned this in my best tiny crossbody bags video. It really is a cutie. It does fit so much, but again, my major complaint is the vachetta, the adjustable strap, and then not having a removable strap, but a lot of those things are corrected on the new version. But I just wanted to mention it since this is the version that I currently own. All right, let's talk about my very first Louis Vuitton purchase, and it was the Speedy 35. I purchased this when it was around $700 and it has more than doubled, but let's talk about it. I rarely reach for this bag because I do not have the bandolier version. I'm pretty sure I either couldn't get the bandolier version because it wasn't available, or they didn't make the bandolier version yet when I first purchased it. but I rarely reach for it because when I fill this bag, it gets so heavy and I wish it had a strap. I think if the bag did have a strap, I would wear it a lot more. So I'd recommend if you get the Speedy, if you're a tote person and you want to carry it on the crook of your arm, just be mindful it does get heavy, but I think having a strap really alleviates that weight of the bag. Like I said, it can get super heavy. That is another con. And then I find that because it doesn't have a strap, when I wear it on my arm when it's filled, it is just so incredibly heavy. So I carry like this. It's just not convenient. I wish I could just throw it over my shoulders. So I think if I could go back in time, I definitely would have gotten the bandolier version with the strap. Okay, the final bag I want to talk about is this cute little Speedy 20. It's adorable. I have it in the Empreinte version. This is cute, but there are a couple things that I want to mention. Number one, it is a little bit bulky. So just like all the Speedies, this one, when you do wear it, it is kind of a little bit of an awkward shape. I'll show you. So I put it on and it just kind of, see how it just kind of sticks out a little bit when you wear it? So bulkiness is the first thing. The second thing, you can see the strap has a chain on it. It is removable, it is adjustable, but I still don't feel like it's long enough when I wear it. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will wear this bag with my Pette Matis. I have the Pette Matis in the Empreinte version. I'll wear it with that strap and it makes it a little better. This bag definitely fits a lot in here, but once again, I would also recommend with this one to get a Zumoni organizer that's a lighter color because the interior of this bag is black as well, so it makes it a little more difficult to see your things. And then it also is a very stiff bag, so when you do wear it crossbody, like I said, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, but not too bad. Okay, my friends, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. I really wanted to take the time to mention the things that weren't so great about my Louis Vuitton bags. As much as I love them, as I stated, I know these bags can be so expensive, so I want to make sure that you know everything there is to know about the bags before investing your hard-earned money. Hopefully this video will stay up. I'm still not sure why my initial video was taken down, and unfortunately I didn't save the footage for that, but again, I really wanted to film this again so that you had all the information you needed to make an informed decision on what bag to buy. So I will try to find these bags and link them down below. If you have any questions at all about any of them or anything I can do to help, make sure to let me know. If you guys are new to my channel, I would love to have you hit that little subscribe button, and I would love to be following me on Instagram as well. Have a lovely day, my friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Wish me